This podcast is sponsored by ScienceBasedLearning.com. Discover your passion for languages with our innovative ebook, audiobook, and video system. Maximize retention using spaced repetition. Start your journey today.
Oral practices in language safeguarding are key to adult language learning success. Discover how oral practices support language safeguarding and enhance adult language learning by improving fluency and retention naturally. Oral practices in language safeguarding: why speaking matters. When it comes to language acquisition and preservation, especially for endangered or minority languages, oral practices serve as a cornerstone. Language isn't just a set of words or grammar rules. It's a living, breathing part of culture and identity. For adult language learners interested in how to learn a language effectively, understanding the role of oral traditions in language safeguarding opens up new perspectives on learning and retention. In this post, we'll explore the importance of oral practices in keeping languages alive, how they complement modern methods of language learning, and ways to engage in these practices effectively. Whether you are learning a new language or interested in the science of language learning, oral interaction remains one of the most powerful tools in language survival and fluency development. The role of oral practices in language safeguarding. Historically, many languages survive through oral traditions, storytelling, songs, proverbs, cultural rituals, and everyday conversation. The spoken word is more than just communication. It's a vessel for transmitting history, values, and worldviews. Here's why oral practices are fundamental to language safeguarding. Living language daily. When people speak a language, they keep it active. Without the speech, a language risks becoming a stagnant artifact. Intergenerational transmission. Oral practices allow natural passing of language from one generation to the next, especially when written materials are scarce. Context and nuance. Many languages are deeply embedded in specific social and cultural contexts that come alive only through spoken interaction. Building community identity. Oral language practices foster strong community bonds and cultural pride, essential for a language's revitalization. Connecting oral practices with modern language learning. Adult language learning often focuses on grammar books, vocabulary lists, apps, and written exercises. However, oral practice brings language learning to life by engaging multiple skills simultaneously: listening, speaking, comprehension, and cultural understanding. Here's how incorporating oral activities aids adult learners. Improves pronunciation and fluency. Regular speaking practice helps learners master the sounds and rhythms of the language. Boosts confidence. Consistent oral interaction helps overcome fear or hesitation in using a new language. Enhances retention. Spoken language activates different parts of the brain compared to reading or writing alone, consolidating memory. Promotes real-life usage. Oral communication equips learners to navigate practical conversations and cultural nuances. This is why expert language educators emphasize combining oral practice with other learning methods to deepen your understanding and skill set. Practical oral practices for adult language learners. If you're wondering how to learn a language effectively through oral methods, especially as an adult learner, consider these strategies. Language exchange partners. Find native speakers or fellow learners interested in practicing conversational skills regularly. Storytelling and recitation. Practice retelling simple stories or cultural tales aloud to improve fluency and intonation. Shadowing exercises. Listen to native speakers and repeat immediately, mimicking tone and pace to train your ear and speech muscles. Recording yourself, listening back helps identify areas of improvement and increases self-awareness in pronunciation and sentence structure. Participating in community events. Engage with cultural or language groups where the language is spoken through songs, chants, or informal chatting. Technology and oral practices in language learning. The science behind language learning has made great strides thanks to technology. Online apps and digital platforms can simulate aspects of oral practice through interactive dialogue, voice recognition, and spaced repetition techniques. If you're serious about improving your conversational skills and retention, using tools designed around these principles can make a noticeable difference. A great example is ScienceBasedLearning.com, a a simple ebook, audiobook, and video language learning system combined with an online practice app. This platform uses the science behind spaced repetition to maximize your learning and retention while integrating oral practice in meaningful ways. Whether you want to improve your fluency or reinforce your memorization, it's an excellent resource tailored for adult language learners. Why oral practice is irreplaceable in language safeguarding. You might ask, with all the advantages of written and digital resources, can oral practices really make a difference in safeguarding a language? The answer is a strong yes. Written resources allow structure and permanence, but oral practices are dynamic, adaptable, and inherently tied to human interaction. Languages not regularly spoken risk falling out of usage even if documented in text. Vibrant oral traditions nurture the living qualities of a language and empower communities to sustain their linguistic heritage. For adult language learners, embracing oral practice not only benefits your personal journey toward fluency, but also contributes to the broader global effort of language preservation. Final thoughts. If you're on a path of adult language learning or passionate about how to learn a language efficiently, don't overlook the power of oral practices. Whether through conversations, storytelling, or technological aids, speaking and listening help cement your skills and connect you to the living culture behind the language. Consider incorporating oral-based systems like the ones offered at sciencebasedlearning.com to boost your language journey. Their science-backed methods combine audio, video, and interactive practice to make learning engaging and effective. Remember, language is meant to be spoken. By practicing orally, you're not only becoming a better learner, you're helping safeguard the future of the language itself.